myself. Oh no, give me that sound. Oh, I gotta go like Cobain. 8 years to the grave, gone insane. My blood got propane. How you gon' go and throw my name with shame? Already cross-faded, making it to the disco. I hate it, and you know how this goes. You framed it, picture painted in my room. This that real life shit, none of Zoom, got the scene in it.
Make sure you subscribe to JerCrispy.
What's up, y'all? It's your host, the most, that's the most. JerCrispy, welcome back to another video. Was Playboi Carti music worth the wait? I think it was. To be honest with you, I think it was. Why I'm saying that, y'all? Because artists don't drop. It's like, I feel like the top artists be waiting on the bottom, like the underground artists to come along on the top with them. That's why I don't be feeling like no, it be not dropping like that. I don't know. To be honest with you. You know I'm an underground artist too, my nigga. So that's all I'm listening. Y'all be ready for the album next Sunday? It's another thing. But why I'm tearing down on these fucking -5? Let's get on to the video. I know y'all like it. Man, look at this nigga eating. You know, come on. You good?
Is. Genuinely, what was the reason to put a solo Uzi song on that album? I effing hate this song. It has been almost 3 months since the release of music, and recently a lot of fans have been discussing if the album was even worth a 5-year wait. A bloated 30-song tracklist, songs clearly rushed and unfinished, with no real direction to the album. So today we'll be going over what people think of music months after release, and ultimately, was it a disappointment? So firstly, I want to talk about the replay value.
Nah, I don't think it was disappointing. Like, I like a lot of songs on there. Like that song, the jumping. I'm jumping on drugs and jumping on drugs. Don't do that, my nigga. I'm jumping on drugs and do it. I'm jumping on drugs. Don't do that, my nigga. And the one he did with Kendrick Lamar. Yeah, that's my evil queen. Carti is my evil twin.
I Am Music, because that's all I've been seeing people talk about in regards of the album. Some of you may have seen people taking that post when Carti said like replay value on 10, and then like, well, he was capping, suggesting the album has no replay value. Which, if we're talking listening start to finish, track 1 to track 30, then I guess the album does like replay value, simply because no one really wants to listen to this album from start to finish, because it has no structure, no direction, and is overly bloated. So yeah, as a standalone album, it has poor replay value. Just like this guy said on Reddit, this album could have been so much better. The sequencing is ass, every song sounds like a single.
Man, but y'all were rushing it. That's why it probably sound ass to y'all, cause y'all were rushing this nigga to drop. Y'all like, Playboi Carti, when you gonna drop? Playboi Carti, when you gonna drop? When you gonna drop? When you gonna drop? And then you got nigga Carti and they talk about, man, we been waiting on this nigga to drop. When you gonna drop? When you gonna drop? But y'all rushing that nigga for trying to do his work and shit.
The album has no clear direction, filler features, filler songs. Which yeah, I don't think you can really disagree with if we compare music to something like Hollow Red, which starts off with the crazy rage tracks, transitions into these more bouncy electric beats, and then the end of the album, which has these kind of sadder, more serious songs, it flows nicely. And by the way, I'm not saying Whole Lotta Red is a perfect album, it was still rushed and kind of random. As Carti said himself, the majority of the album was completed 2 weeks before release, but compared to music, it has a theme, better tracklist order, and not too much filler. Whereas we compare this to music, I mean it's just a big mess. There is no real theme going on, apart from Carti acting like a Lil Wayne clone and trying to sound like Future. He literally just picked out random tracks from the past 5 years and threw them onto streaming platforms. I don't even listen to it all the way through like I do with Hollow
If it sound good to him, then he'll put that shit. If it don't sound right on this album, that's what y'all niggas get. Artists like us, we selected what songs you think that should be on this bitch. We go back to the beat, we listen to the beat. Well, I listen to the beat at least about 3 to 4 times, and said, damn, would this be good on this album? I talk to myself about that shit. So like I get what artists talking about. Oh, would this song go good on this album? Like I was saying earlier, that jumping song. I'm jumping on drugs. Don't do that, my nigga. Like that. That should have been on the album already. And all the other songs is good. It's just his way and his flow. And y'all niggas gotta catch up, bro. I know Carti ain't dropping 5 years, but
for example,
what was that chick name that came on Duke's Dennis live? She was talking about another album that she caught. Another album that he about to drop is Baby Boy or some shit like that. It's about to drop. It's in the work. Well, he finished it. Like how y'all niggas be that's what I think I better gotta approve. Oh, I gotta start more finishing up songs and shit so I can just have all I gotta do is just sit there and just wait till the day to post them and drop them, bro. Like I gotta get better with that when I'm doing that, bro. Cause how I do it, bro. I set a day up like June the 22nd, like this the album coming out, and I got another album called Rookie Season is coming out in September the 22nd. How I do it like I go for like that month, that week, the month before, and I just start doing music like that. I might need to just start going ahead and do 2 months of songs, and then just go ahead and do that. And all I gotta do is just post it and all that shit. But
Hollow had a direction where it started super aggressive and topics
gonna
like
get it done.
materialism and BFing. But then it evolved into Feel Like Dying, which was way more emotional. For music, I just go pick and choose which ones to listen to. I haven't listened to it in one go since the day it dropped. Now, people try to use the excuse of, well, this is what Carti intended the album to be, just a big mixtape with a bunch of songs, which makes sense, I guess, especially with his whole thing now being he's paying homage to this old Atlanta sound and style, or trying to bring it back. So a mixtape style album fits. But is that just an excuse because he had to rush out an album fans had been waiting for years? I feel like after a
Now who is calling me? Hold up, y'all. Hold up. She gonna have to eat. Be damn, I don't get a video done by the day. Yes. Oh, she was there. Sense. Man, that's sense. I bet I was something pointing on my shit. On the floor and some shit like that on the floor of my desktop.
4 or 5 year wait, we could have got something a bit stronger. Definitely could have got something stronger. Because the truth is, the only reason he dropped that album in the first place was because of the merch bundles. As if you didn't know, in September of 2024, Carti released music merch bundles on his site that contained hats, t-shirts, hoodies that also came with CDs, which would increase his album sales once they are shipped, but it has to be in the same week that his album releases. And on the website it said items will ship before the 15th of March or something along those lines. And basically it got to March and they weren't shipped, meaning they were going to be refunded. So Carti's label probably told him, yo, you have to drop or we're going to refund all these orders and you're losing millions of dollars. So he just went in, picked out 30 songs he recorded in the past 4 or 5 years and put them on streaming. Which really shows us even more how lazy this dude is, because not only are multiple of the songs recorded using AI, like half of these songs aren't even finished. There is a solo Uzi song, some songs Carti only has like 3 lines. So can someone tell me what this so-called artist has been doing since the December of 2020? There's like a good interview clip of like Swamp Izzo saying they were panicking, picking songs last minute like the night of the release. It's crazy.
So the first song, Pop Out, we did that doing the prolong of the album coming out. The album was done. It's supposed to drop at 12. It's like, nah, Swamp, just go in the other room and just give me some more energy. It's like, for real? It's done. We ready. We locked. You locked. Everybody. All right, we're going to drop at 3. I go back in. So if you listen to Pop Out, you be like, man, I'm in here with Swamp right now with my mama. You know what I mean? We just trying to make the album more and more exciting. So we just cramming. Like when they prolonging whatever's happening with the politics behind the stages, we recorded all the way up to the album actually came out. So when they dropped at 7, we were still in the studio on Everything I Love. It was already 24. At 12 o'clock, it was already 24, 25. It was locked. Something happened around the world that he was like, let's go back in. Go back in and do what? So then the shuffle started changing. The song selection started changing. What you heard, the final, that was a whole different show. Because he's still storming in his mind. He's still creating. He's doing interviews. He's calling people. Everybody want to talk. Like, what's up? What's the hold up? He get off an interview and be like, nah. Pull that beat up. Like, what? Let's go back in. And people think he's just like, that's just happening. I'm out there. I'm actually there. Every song, every session, because it's a different element needs to be done. Now you can add the Swamp Izzo drop in it, but has to be right and it has to be wrong at the same time.
Years of supposedly putting out an album or putting together this album, yet they're picking out the track list the night before. But this actually brings me on to my next point, which is, does this whole talk of, oh, the album itself is bad and is basically a bunch of singles, does that even matter? Because if you think about it, like 80% of people these days get their music from TikTok or whatever's on the radio, whatever's on Rap Caviar, from Twitter and so on. So in reality, why should Carti even care about building a well-structured album when he can just put out 30 random songs from the past 5 years and get multiple hits out of it? Because it's gonna go viral on TikTok anyways. But then, if we actually go back to the question, was this worth a 4 or 5 year wait as an album? Well, I just think no. Like, I mean, seriously.
I think, yeah, because it was actually good to me.
Even like titled as an interlude, or they try to play it off as like an interlude or paying homage to Uzi. No, it's just a empty Uzi song. Like, why? And I found this post on Reddit, which I put at the start of the video, asking why there is a solo Uzi song, and people in the comments had this to say. I'm not hating when I say this, but there was nearly no direction to this album. The songs are honestly just randomly selected from the last 3 to 4 years across like 3 different eras with different sounds. Then they were shuffled and released as this album, lol. Cause this 30 song album was put together last minute, cause his label wasn't going to refund his merch. I know why people defend this MFer with their lives. I F with his music, but he obviously don't give a F about his fans. And here's the thing, man, I could make this video like an hour long going about problems with Carti, just even talking about the problems with music. I mean, if you guys remember, on release, there was like these really loud snare rolls on like Hood by Air. They also removed lines from Hood by Air, which, yeah, is another problem. The really loud snare rolls were also on that solo Uzi song. Yeah, just so many problems. But anyways, this guy just does not care. If these merch bundles were never sold in the first place back in September, we wouldn't have gotten this album for like another year or even longer. Like, I know I've repeated this multiple times already. How does this guy not have 30 finished songs over a 4-year time period? Like, I don't know, am I asking too much from an artist? Like, is it not normal to not have 30?
Shit, I mean, it take time and effort to learn, trying to get the lyrics, trying to see what style this is for the beat and all that shit. So, I mean, I see where it's coming from.
Over 4 years? I don't know, like most artists put out albums every year. So for Carti to not have 30 finished songs over such a long time, I don't know. Like all the vibes with Thug and Ty Dolla $ign, Carti has 6 lines. It's literally just a Thug song, which, I mean, it is a Thug and Gunna song, it was originally, but I'm presuming Carti probably recorded that like the night before the album dropped. As if you guys remember, the album was actually delayed because he wanted Thug on the album and he had to get the verse cleared. So I wouldn't be surprised if that song was made like the day of or like the day before the release of the album. Legit does not sound like a Carti song at all, and he's barely on it. Like, why is it on the album? Especially after Cocaine Knows, it just doesn't fit at all, and I'm traumatized by Vultures because holy am I sick of Ty Dolla $ign's voice, I can't stand it. Which actually is a good point. I don't know why Pop Out and Cocaine Knows aren't next to each other on the album. I feel like they have the same sound, so they would have fit nicely together. But no, I don't know why Pop Out is also the intro to the project. It doesn't even fit like Carti's whole Atlanta wave now, like sound he's trying to do, like the deep future voice. Yeah, I feel like the album would have started better with Evil Jordan, but yeah, again, I'm just not going to go into that. Anyways, back to All the Vibes. I don't even think the song is bad. I actually like the song a lot. It's got those nice happy summer vibes, but it just annoys me that after 4 years, this is what we get. Literally just a Young Thug and Ty Dolla $ign song that originally had Gunna with Carti saying a couple lines. You know, I know Thug was, locked away for his Rico, but then Gunna recorded a song in 2020, 2021, I mean even 2022 before he was arrested, and then he was released in 2024, so they could have recorded a song in the late months of 2024 or even now in 2025. He did a fresh verse for Lil Baby's album, which I think was released on the 3rd of January, meaning they probably recorded it in like what, December. So he's clearly in the studio recording songs. Why couldn't he do one with Carti? It's just lazy. And this is not even like the worst part yet. What's actually crazy is that Carti used AI on music. I mean, you've probably seen this or heard of this. Carti, the laziest person alive, is he not aware this will be such a stain on his legacy? I don't think he cares. He is getting money still, probably all bro cares about, which honestly sums up Carti's entire career. As long as he's getting clout and money, he does not care. Because yeah, it will be revealed that 2 songs on music were created using AI. Rather lie and fine shit. And even today, there was news circling around the Carti community about the use of AI. Confirmed, Playboi Carti's Rather Lie is AI. Lawson is officially listed in ASCAP credits for the song. Basically, this Lawson dude, he like apparently records these songs with a Carti AI filter. So
hey, in his mind, as long as he getting paid, making money, and doing music and shit like that, that's all he worrying about, bro. And that's that really your mindset to really get up the top now. You make your music, people know you. You know, people, fans walking up to you, Carti, Carti, can I get a picture with you? And all that shit.
he records a song using his own voice, but on the computer it sounds like Carti. I'm pretty sure how it is. Like, you can tell which songs are AI because it doesn't really sound like Carti at all. Like it does, but it's a very unique sound. And fans have done their own digging. You can see on like a Reddit or even there's YouTube videos. I think 1111 did a video like Carti's use of AI on music, and you can tell it's not Carti because of like the way he pronounces his words, as Lawson is British, so they say things differently, and a bunch of others like actual audio evidence they have and like which they compared by like analyzing the sound waves. I don't know, but basically Carti uses AI in his music and even used it on Timeless, which literally just goes back to what I've said. This guy is just lazy, bro. Like, think about it. 30 songs, 2 of them are AI, 1 is a solo Uzi feature. Evil Jordan and Hood by Air were released on Instagram already. 4 or 5 of those songs on the album are just songs from like 2022 with Carti's voice pitched down so they sound like they're recent and he sounds like future, so it kind of fits the album. Most songs barely reach the 2-minute mark, and I mean, it's like, goddamn, he didn't even try. And then like almost every song has a feature, or I wouldn't say every song has a feature, but maybe that some of them feel forced. Like, I don't think we needed Travis Scott this many times on the project, especially as on some of the songs he's not really adding much. Even like the Carti Uzi song, it's just not really a good song. Like Carti and Uzi made Wake Up Like This. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like Shooters. Oh no, it's Shooter. Like they've made songs that are classics. And then, you know, now Twin Trim. Oh no, it's Jumping. It's just, that's not Carti and Uzi's potential. Like there obviously is like a handful of great songs, like what, 10, 12 songs maybe that are great, don't get me wrong. Evil Jordan, Rather Lie, Fine Shit, Toxic, Crank, Olympian, Opium Baby, like just to name a few. But out of 30 tracks, the majority of the album is literally just an unfinished mess. I even saw something like Skepta's verse was like finished or turned in so late he didn't even get to add ad-libs, or Carti didn't let him add ad-libs, which I don't know, just doesn't make sense, and again shows us how unfinished, lazy and sloppy this album is. So honestly, I want to drop.
I don't know, son. I feel like the album's alright. It gave me an 8 out of 10 because creativity and artists is on it. He slept it. It was like, all right, yeah, artists in his area that he, you know, that grew up with him and not grew up like in his area, not like, you know, hood area. I'm talking about area, like, you know how thing with everybody was getting, they'll call these niggas like mumble rapping and all that shit. So like niggas like that. So
drag
yeah.
this on for too long because there really isn't too much to add or say apart from this album is kinda mid. Like yes, the highs are high, but the lows are low. And it just feels insulting that he had 4 years to deliver something genuinely amazing just for him to quickly put together an album in one night because his label forced him to drop. Because it seems like he cares more about getting reposted by NBA teams, posting fit pics, showing off his new wife Gio, and I don't even know.
Hey, so holla, so Gio is his wife? Wait, that's not his wife, that's his girlfriend then. Gio fine though too. Mm-hmm. Damn, ain't she holla? Ain't she with that to do Dennis shit? What the fuck? Hold up, man. Hold up. Wait. So she must be Duke Dennis' friend. Ah, okay.
His new wife Gio, and I don't even know, flexing his jewelry or whatever. It's like he cares more about his aesthetic and image more than the music he's putting out. But even though I am absolutely slamming the album, charts wise it is doing quite well. When it first released it was like #1 for 3 weeks straight, and even now in June, almost 3 months after release, it's still one of the most streamed albums every month, which, you know, I guess is impressive, but it was released recently, and also there is 30 songs, which inflates the streams, so it's kind of hard to get a proper perspective. And now he's teasing Baby Boy, which is supposed to drop in 2025. Multiple people have said the album's finished and ready to drop, like Filthy and Gio.
Gio, is Baby Boy actually dropping?
Yeah, Baby Boy is
Wait, the movie?
There you go. I was talking. Hey, I was saying like the clip. I was saying the clip already.
They know what it's called.
because he keeps talking about it. It's done. It's on the way. He just keeps trying to make sure it drops at the right time, I guess.
But yeah, that's got to be on every blog. Gio said, what's it called?
I don't think he would.
He said himself he wants to drop like 2 albums to prove he's the greatest, but will that happen? No idea. But I need to know what you guys think.
If we don't get it this year, bro, we probably gonna get it at the beginning of 2026, bro. And that's guaranteed. That's what I'm telling y'all, my niggas. That if we ain't getting it this year, we're gonna get it at the beginning of 2026. It's gonna be 2026 or something like that. Hey, but I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Make sure you comments. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow all social media. Go pop on the screen. See y'all when I see y'all. Love y'all to the bottom of my heart. And I'm jumping on drugs and I'm jumping on drugs. Don't do that, my nigga.